Hey everybody, Brandon here from Aputure, and we are here at Cine Gear Atlanta 2023, and we are super excited to bring a whole new life to our booth here at the show. We have our new Electrostorm lineup here on display. We have these amazing Infinity rig, this Infinity bar rig that we've rigged it to the top of the booth to showcase what you can do, the endless grid of possibilities you have with the Infinity bars, and a lot more. We can talk about things like the MC Pro. We can talk about everything and why all these are essential items to add to your toolkit. But Walter wanted me to first talk about the new Electrostorm lights. So the Electrostorm that I have behind me that this gentleman is playing around with is the XT26. And on the other side of the booth, we have the Electrostorm CS15. Now, the XT26 is our M40 competitor. It's about 80% of an M40 in daylight once you throw in this 20-degree narrow reflector, and you're gonna get so much power output of it. But it's not just the intensity that is the benefit of the XT26. This whole new series of light is meant to give you more robust color control, more robust color quality, more robust mounting, and more robust workflow. So the XT26 is 80% of an M40 in daylight, but it is a dynamic white fixture. That is CCT control as well as green magenta shift. That's 2700 Kelvin all the way to 6500 Kelvin color temperature control, and green magenta shift, which is about 0.050 DUV and in both green and magenta. So you're going to get a lot of flexibility out of this light, not just the power, but also the CCT tunability and also the ability to adjust the green magenta so it more accurately tracks the planking curve, and also to adjust the tint in your scene in general. Now, with the Aputure Electrostorm lights, you have this new Aputure mount as well. So you have this robust mount that this gentleman is using right here. So you have reflectors that are available for the Electrostorm lights, both the CS15 and the XT26 that use the Aputure mount, which is an electronic mount, very similar to a camera lens. It uses contact points on the camera, on the light body, to communicate with the reflectors, with the modifiers, with the Fresnel, whatever you're putting on that uses the Aputure mount specifically. It identifies with each of the modifiers, and especially with the CS15, which is a fully full color fixture, you're actually able to communicate with the modifier, say, hey, I'm the F14 Fresnel, I need to adjust my position, I also need to adjust my spot and flood, and I also need power for that. So the electronic mount will deliver that power and deliver that position information. Hey, I'm the 20-degree narrow reflector. I need to tell you that more often than not, I'm going to adjust your color temperature by X number of degrees, by X number of tint. And the light is going to be able to adjust accordingly and say, I have a modifier profile just like your camera has a lens profile, and I'm going to be able to go off of that and make the corrections to the light to bring you as close to neutral as it can based off of the profile. Now, that's just the Aputure mount. This has a hybrid mount system, so it has both the Aputure mount and the Bowens mount system, so you can still use a lot of your Bowens mount softbox accessories, but there's so much more built into this. This is a super robust fixture built for professionals. It is IP65 rated, so it's rated for the rain, rated for the snow, whatever you need it for. IP65 dust and water resistant. Additionally, it has a liquid cooled heatsink inside, so it's liquid cooled system. So we're actually able to punch out of this guy 2,600 watts of power. That's how you're able to compete with the M40 in this one. And on the CS15, you're able to get 1,500 watts of high SSI RGB WW output. So that means that you're getting insanely good spectral quality. That means for tungsten, you're able to get an SSI of 89. For daylight, you're getting an SSI of 86. And you're doing that all with 1,500 watts of LED power in a full color light engine, which means you're basically getting a full color 1.8K HMI. So it can replace all of those with color, with tint control, and of course, with high spectral fidelity. Now, on top of that, you're also getting superior flicker performance and low-end dimming performance compared to any of our lights that we've released thus far. So both the Electrostorm lights feature the same constant current dimming mechanism as the 1200D Pro, so you can switch from the PWM mode to the high-speed filmmaking mode, and you're going to be able to basically shoot with both of these lights at any frame rate that you need to. Any frame rate, flicker-free, when you're shooting high speed. Now, in addition, we know that no matter how big of the light you bring onto set, you're always going to need to dim it down, dim it down, dim it down even further. A lot of the times the DP will ask the gaffer to dim it down to 1%, even with a big light like this. So we knew that one of the big requests was, even for our super large lights, to have improved low-end dimming. So we optimized our drivers. We worked really hard on making this the ultimate light fixture. So even on the XT26 and the CS15, you're actually able to dim the light down to 1% or even 0.1% and actually get 0.1% of the lux from the light. So it's not a 1% and I'm actually getting 7% of the light's total output. 0.1% is 0.1%. So we optimize so much of the technology into this guy. But like I said, whether you're using it super dim or super bright at max power, this guy is a beast. So is the CS15. This XT26 in the US, in North America, is going to come standard with a Bates cable, but we're also going to be selling additional cables for you to be able to use it on household power, on household circuits, because the light was designed to get as close to a 4K HMI as possible, to be able to match that output as closely as possible. We also knew that, hey, you are going to want to use this inside or going to want to use this on location where you may not have Bates power, where you may not have a generator, where you may not have a battery that has enough power or is large enough to power the XT26 at full power. That's why we're going to basically provide an Edison cable that's going to be sold separately. It's an Edison cable that can plug into the XT26 controller and basically limit the power output so that it is rated for a household 20 amp circuit. So you're still going to be able to power this guy in a lot of different situations. You're not always going to need to use it on Bates. So this is just a look at the Electrostorm's super powerful, super versatile, super robust with the new Aputure mount, the robust design, the IP65, the new rugged build, and with better flicker and dimming performance. The Electrostorms have so much more to offer, but I can't talk forever, otherwise Walter's video is gonna last forever. And I talked about the control box again. So this control box has so much built into it. Here is the power cable that I mentioned before, the XT26 that goes into a 60 amp Bates, and this is the one where you can get an Edison version that will operate on a 20 amp household circuit. So you're going to be able to automatically limit the output. There's an identifier pin inside this connector, so we'll automatically know, hey, I'm using the 20 amp cable, I'm only going to limit it to 20 amps. Because the total power draw of this guy can be up to 3,100 watts when you're using the motorized yoke, when you're using the Fresnel all at the same time as the light, it can go up to 3,100 watts, which is pretty much 30 amps.
Shoulder goes to 1%.
And show here that I can go to
1%.
This is 0.1% right
That's
here.
cool.
And then I can also adjust the green magenta shift on the screen. I can adjust to like this, and I can adjust like so as well. And it's an intuitive display. But here's like an example I can show you in the menu. I could go to something like accessories. There's no motorized Fresnel on it right now, no motorized yoke, but I can actually see the optical accessory that I have on here right now. It knows that I have a narrow reflector on here. But if I were to have another reflector, maybe something like a Light Dome 3 without that particular Aputure mount, then I would be able to select that in the menu as well. So again, this is the Aputure Electrostorm XT26. Behind me, we have the Electrostorm CS15, 2600 watt output, dynamic white HMI killer over here. And on the other side, we have that full color 1.8K HMI competitor. The reason why you would want to use something like an Electrostorm XT26 or a CS15 is for all the flexibility of HMIs in terms of power, what that gives you, but with all the flexibility of LED, the dimming, the color control, the consistency, the ability to hot strike, to be able to move this around, and the ability to use it with a bunch of different modifiers. So with an M40-like power output with the reflectors, you're also able to swap it to a Fresnel if you want that Fresnel-like quality. You want to be able to put on a motorized yoke with a motorized Fresnel, so you can put it up on a stand, you can put it up on a Long John Silver, throw it up 20 feet in the air, and operate it remotely via the control box, via Sidus Link, via DMX, via Blackout, you name it. You can operate it remotely with the motorized Fresnel and with the motorized yoke. But if you're using it just with the light by itself, you're still getting an immense amount of power output that you can dim, that you can operate at a variety of frame rates, and that you can control really flexibly. Like I said, where are you going to get an M40 with that dynamic white color control of not only CCC control, but also that green magenta shift? And the same thing for the CS15. There you have something that is comparable with a 1.8K HMI, but with that full color tunability. And that full color tunability with that high SSI chipset doesn't mean that you're always going to be using red, green, blue, or a saturated color, this gives you the ability to fine-tune your color in any way that you need, whether you need a super cool 8,000 Kelvin for your shot, or a super warm 2,500 Kelvin candlelight flicker, or you need something that is just more color accurate. The full color RGB-WW high SSI chipset in the CS15 is just more accurate white light on top of those saturated colors. So you're going to be able to, again, still have all those benefits of a 1.8K HMI, but with a lot more flexibility. And that's where you're going to want to use these electrostrums. When you need something in your workflow that is robust, that can be controlled via your Lumen Radio DMX workflow, and that is flexible to be able to adapt to your scene. So when your DP says, this scene's looking a little too cool, I need to tune it warmer, you can do that with both the Electrostrom XT26 and CS15.